It's always something. I just got home. The pressure so it doesn't all leak out. I don't know where it's coming from yet. No clean drain bucket means I'm making one, so I'm just melting some snow so I can wash this one out. Oh, look how dirty that snow is. Looks pretty good to me. I'm just using my oil bucket to hold that up. Okay, we got stuff. That's what I didn't want. This is like half an hour later. I was finally able to pull that plug. Okay, I've got the line off the tank. I've got the line off this aluminum thing down here, and I've got it loose here and on the other side. Let's pull it out. I feel like that's gonna make a giant mess the second I pull it down here. Only a little spill on the floor. And there it is. Okay, again, like an hour later, I finally got that one. I got the two up top. But check this out. You see that? Not really. The angle of that pipe is wrong. See how there's that kink in there? So the angle should be going up that way. This pipe is twisted. It needs to rotate that way like a lot. But it's this pre-made. It's this pre-made hose. So can I just cut this and use a regular clamp? Here's the old one. You can clearly see the angle goes up to the left. I had to cut this much off of it last year when it split on me in the same fashion. I think I showed that last year, but you can see in here, kind of, sort of. It's like the clamp has been cutting that pipe. But this angle, when I pull it down like this, should be pointing up where my thumb is. So I wonder, I can't run it with that kink in it, that's for sure. Wish I could see inside there and see if I'd be able. Really, I'm just concerned if there's a good enough lip. How much damage did I do? Virtually none. Okay. Just a nick. So there is a lip in there, which is good. Means it'll stay put when I clamp it. Someone explained to me why you can't buy these pieces separately. I had to pay almost $200 for this hose, and they assembled it wrong, and I can just fix it and put a clamp on it. Like, there's no reason that this hose can't be replaced separately. Why did I have to pay $200 for a rad hose, guys? All right, look at that. Almost like that's how it should have gone together. Come on, Gates, you can do better. So there's a feature that I bet you didn't know. So check out this spring clamp. See how it's loose? I'll try to zoom in so you can see really good right there. This one had a locking tab on it, so you can get the thing in place. Yeehaw! See that? This guy's got a little hook on him that grabs onto that one. So it actually stayed apart for me while I was playing with it, which was really nice of it. And both of those are tight. Now they're not super ridiculously tight because I don't like the way that the clamp was cutting the hose before, but they're snug in a bit, just enough to bulge the hose around them. Exactly what I wanted. Now that hose can't rub on anything there. Doesn't look like it's rubbing anywhere else. Up there it's touching plastic to just a wire in loom, so I'm not worried about it rubbing. So unfortunately, there's no way you guys would have seen what I just did, but there's a hydraulic hose that runs for my transmission into the cooler, and the fitting was actually turned and putting pressure like this into this boot, but on the top where you can't see. I just barely got a glimpse at it. And anyways, I fixed the problem. I had to twist the fitting underneath, but that's why it's so important that every time you're around your vehicle, look around and make sure that nothing's funny, nothing's weird, nothing's touching. I don't remember when we put those lines in for the transmission, but I'm certain that I wouldn't have left it with that much pressure on this hose. So I'm lucky it didn't poke through, and I'm lucky I seen it while it was in the air like this. So remember that whenever you're up in the air or underneath your vehicle doing anything at all, just remember to make sure that you have a good look around, or you end up letting simple things like that get the best of you later on. So if you're doing this job yourself, before you fill your coolant, you should know that beside the oil filler cap is a vent. So you just want to loosen that screw. And here, I'll take it all the way out so you can see. You don't have to take yours all the way out, just loose. So it's just a regular screw, and that allows all the air in the system to escape from somewhere. So you just want to leave it loose like that. I like using an impact gun with it because then it's nice and quick to go back in instead of leaking coolant all over the place. However, it takes a while to get there, so let's fill it up. If you're curious, I've just been using that hose to siphon out of there and put it into here, because that way I can keep all the dirt in the bottom of this pail and siphon out a clean stream. And also, if you tip your jugs upside down, the pour is smooth instead of glug 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 glug. Oops. Alright, nice. Hopefully you can see that. This stuff said aluminum on the label, so we know it's fine for what we're doing. These call for Dex Cool normally, but we don't have that here. See how this one's glug 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 because I'm not holding it upside down. If I hold it upside down, oh, it's really hard one-handed. Nice and smooth. And we have coolant there. All right, the next step in this is pretty much just start it and let it run. Because it's got that plastic degas bottle or coolant reservoir with a lot of ways to let air out, we've we've pretty much done everything by bleeding the system. So we let it run until it's warm, the thermostat opens up, coolant flows, and then we can top up our bottle. That's it. Let the glow plugs go for a minute. That's that squiggly icon. This thing starts well anyways. No leaks is usually a good sign. It doesn't get much prettier than that. It is very pink out here. That's awesome. Okay, so I topped this thing up after it ran outside for quite a while. It's right up where it needs to be. Put the inner fender well back in. And that is fixed. Not sure if this will be a dedicated video or not, so thanks for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please do. It really helps the channel out. It doesn't cost you guys a thing. It's free. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Once I'm at 1,000, you'll never hear those words out of my mouth again. So help me out. Take care. And have a good one. Hopefully this is picking it up. That is such a pretty color. I added plastic in here to divert the air from the fans. However, I didn't realize that the roof was leaking, so the plastic's collecting the water and cycling it down to the beams, and then from the beams it's dripping. This is a lot harder than it looks. Unless it looks really hard, in which case that's what it is. They hurt. You see how it's not dripping here? But it is here now. The problem is the roof is not far enough out so the water kind of goes underneath. I've got these drip rails to put on, but winter's here. I guess I'll report back in an hour or so and see if it quit dripping. I'm inclined to say that it might have slowed down, but I don't want to jinx things. So hopefully what I did fixed that, and then as soon as my roof is snow-free and I can get up top with those drip rails, I will. This is hours later, and I think the problem's solved. Everything's drying up. So I guess it's important to run drip rails on the outside of a metal roof. I didn't know that. Now I do. I always like learning something new.